Welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and so I'll be doing a walkthrough review of Naruto Shippuden episode 325. And if you remember from last episode, we find out the true identity of the fake Madara, and it's Toby! I know, at least we have a name to go with this fake Madara, and it's Toby. Now, toward the end of the episode, we get to see Naruto and Killer Bee face to face with the other reanimated Jinkai users, and that's where the episode ends. And all my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Toby and the 6 reanimated Jinkai users. First, Killer Bee and Naruto. Could you ask for anything better? Yeah, I could, but you know what, I'm going to hold off on that. So moving on past that, we enter another pointless flashback. Don't you ever get sick of these pointless flashbacks? No, apparently not. You're still watching it. At least for me, that's the case. But anyways, we enter another pointless flashback where we get to see Roshi and how he was defeated by Kazame. I know, I was a little shocked that Kazame was the one that defeated Roshi. Just a little bit. You know what? I figured Kazame isn't that good of a fighter, but really? You defeated a Jinkai user that easily? Roshi, my man, you suck! But again, that's where we open up with. Moving on past that, we're taking a little cutscene with Killer Bee. Now, Killer Bee starts the attack first. Now, we're back in the present, we're no longer in the flashback, so we start off with Killer Bee, and he's the first one to attack out of nowhere, but it's a no-go. And then Naruto and Killer Bee start to run? Wait a minute. You're fighting the fake Madara and 6 other reanimated Jinkai users, and you're running? That's probably the smartest thing you've done yet in this series. You found out, gee, I'm already fucked, I may as well run. Well, the 5 cages can't help you. They're busy with the real Madara, okay? So you're on your own. So Killer Bee and Naruto are on their own fighting the fake Madara and, 6 reanimated Jinkai users. So yeah, running away seems to be the smartest thing you can do. However, the 8 Tails is now talking with Naruto telepathically. This gets more weirder and weirder. I'm like, wait a minute. I know they've talked before, but they're doing this telepathically while they're running away from the enemy. I didn't know you could actually do that, but apparently you can. Now, the goal right now, Naruto and Killer Bee's goal, as well as, the 9 Tail and the 8 Tails, which are also in this, their main goal is to take out each Jinkai user one by one. That's their goal. That's all they've got. And I feel kind of bad for them right now if that's all they've got to deal with. Taking out each reanimated Jinkai user one by one with the fake Madara to deal with on the side. Okay, that's ludicrous. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. You'd have to team up with other characters to pull that off, okay? I'm not gonna... Little hint there, I said other characters, I'm not gonna give names out, but I think you have an idea. Kakashi. Maybe Guy. Yeah, Kakashi or Guy probably, if you teamed up, they might be able to assist you, but on your own, at least in that pair-off, no. Now, Killer Bee finds their weakness, so at least Killer Bee knows what the Jinkai users' weaknesses are, so maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? But anyways, moving on past that, Naruto, he attempts to remove the receivers. If you remember in the Pains, I should say, a couple episodes ago, a long time ago, when Naruto was fighting the Pains, they each had one of those receivers inside of them, which were, powering them up with chakra, taking chakra away, so on and so forth. You know how that works out. Anyways, Naruto attempts to take out the receivers in each of the, reanimated Jinkai users, but it's a no-go. Come on, we saw that coming. Of course it's not going to happen. Okay, the fake Madara, known as Toby, he's doing a pretty damn good job of being the puppet master here, so no surprise there. But anyways, moving on past that, we're taking a little cutscene with Killer Bee, and he transforms to Octopops. Yeah, I gave him that short nickname. Naruto was the real one that gave him that nickname, but I kind of added on. But anyways, Killer Bee now transforms with, the 8 Tails, so he's in his next evolved form. Definitely worth mentioning. And he starts to destroy the forest. That was his big plan, was to destroy the forest. I liked where it's going. That means the reanimated Jinkai users have nowhere to hide. They're easy. You can see them better, and it gives you more of a playing field. No more hide and seek. You can see everyone. Now, as for the allied shinobi, they're all over the place. They're advancing. And I didn't want to leave them out of this review or walkthrough. I had to talk about the allied shinobi. I mean, they're doing pretty good right now. They're advancing little by little, and they're doing pretty good. They're hanging in there. They're not dying as much, so maybe that's a good thing. But anyways, Kakashi, he's about to take on Magetsu. I know, that's a little heated up right there. I liked where that was going. So Kakashi versus Magetsu. And again, I'll point this out, the allied shinobi are advancing. They're not surrendering, they're not retreating, they're not really dying off as much. They're advancing. Just had to say that. Anyways, moving on past that, Killer B, he attempts to use his sealing jutsu. I'm like, wait a minute, Killer B can use a sealing jutsu? Where the fuck was he how many episodes ago when he could have used those specific sealing jutsu techniques? Yeah, right here, right now. That's where he was at. But anyways, Killer B attempts to use his sealing jutsu, but out of nowhere, Toby butts in. Yes, the fake Madara comes in out of nowhere and says, Killer B, this ain't gonna happen. So now you see Killer B versus Toby, kind of. And Toby shuts down Killer B's sealing jutsu technique. And then the Eight Tails is under attack. So the Eight Tails is now under attack. Yeah, and they decide to retreat yet again. So they're retreating. And then Kakashi and Guy, they come in and they save Naruto right away. So Naruto was about to be defeated by the fake, Madara known as Toby. And then Kakashi and Guy come in out of nowhere and they save him. And now Toby can't lay a finger on Naruto. And that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, well, first of all, what took Kakashi and Guy so long to show up at the last possible moment? Let me guess, the director or the writer in this case was that bored? They waited that long? The anticipation, the build-up? Well, it worked. Yeah. Anyways, moving on past that. What is Toby going to do next? I know he's following this god-forsaken project he had in mind, but, Kabuto and the real Madara aren't on your side. They're plotting against you, so what do you have left to bank on other than the 6 reanimated Jinkai users? Nothing. You got nothing. What's your ace in your sleeve? Nothing. All your cards are on the table unless I've missed something, so what's your next move? We have no idea. And that ends it for my final thoughts as per my rating. Okay, fans, it's a 3 out of 5. Why? Well, this was a mixed episode. We did see a flashback, kind of, but it was an annoying one. We got a little bit of information on how Roshi was defeated by Kazame. Okay, that made up for a little lost episodes we had before on crappy episodes made, but it still sucked. I mean, we wanted to see, Killer B and Naruto versus the reanimated Jinkai users and Toby, not a flashback. But you know what? This episode was about information and about fighting these 6 reanimated Jinkai users, plain and simple, who are using the Rinnegan in one eye and the Sharingan in the other. So final rating, whether you like it or not, it's a 3 out of 5. And that ends it for my walkthrough review of Naruto Shippuden episode 325. Definitely comment down below, let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. Also, check my forum out. All that information can be located down below in the description section. Whatever website you're checking this out on, there's a description section. Look at it. I'll post my forum link, the website link, my anime links. Check them out, register. Start up a conversation. I'd love to give you some of my own opinions, my own answers, and all that jazz. But again, that ends it for now, and I gotta say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.